Hello, welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news edit video for you guys, where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours. And I couldn't believe what I read. A tabloid, according to the Mirror, Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel are ready to sell up to 9 players this summer. I'll be delving into who those 9 players are, why he wants to sell them, and how much we can recuperate for those 9 players. But incredible news stories, especially after last night's emphatic victory. Tonight I've got a live stream for you guys in regards to Champions League. It's more of a talking point. I'm going to be having a chat with you guys, interacting. Can Chelsea win the Champions League? Can we go to Istanbul and do the final? Can we do it? Can we go all the way? We'll have to wait and see. But in this video I'll be delving into the Romelu Lukaku news. According to various tabloids and Italian publications, Inter Milan will not be selling Romelu Lukaku whatsoever. Any fee, any price, they'll be rejecting every single offer. Again, delving into the 9 players that Thomas Tuchel would like to sell this summer, and Jorginho getting the Man of the Match award. And comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this news video. Now, starting off with the biggest news story, and that is, of course, the 9 players that, according to this English tabloid, Thomas Tuchel would like to sell. Now, according to the Mirror, Thomas Tuchel is prepared to offload at least 9 Chelsea players this summer, 9 Chelsea stars this summer. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel is prepared to offload a number of fringe players amid speculation of a major squad overhaul in the summer transfer window. Despite spending over £200 million, the Blues have endured a subpar domestic campaign, which ultimately led to Thomas Tuchel's appointment as manager at Frank Lampard's expense in January. Now, according to the Mirror, as many as 9 players are likely to be up for sale come the end of the season, with Tuchel looking to bring in a new array of players to build a title-winning side. Those players are Tammy Abraham, Ross Barkley, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Emerson Palmieri, Antonio Rudiger, Fikayo Tomori, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Michy Batshuayi. Now, the majority of those players, it's not surprising. Now, I'll be honest, the title is very misleading. It is very misleading because the way that the article on tabloid's written, it seems as if it's 9 players that currently are in Chelsea's squad. It doesn't mention loan players. However, half of those players are on loan. Loftus-Cheek, Tomori, Michy Batshuayi, these players are on loan. They're not even in Chelsea's squad. Thomas Tuchel hasn't even met them yet. Thomas Tuchel hasn't even had a training session with them yet. So the title is a bit misleading. Now, we need to take into context that some of these players are bound to leave in the summer. Like players like your Batshuayis, your Loftus-Cheeks, your Tomoris. You know, it's looking heavily likely that AC Milan will actually be activating that buyback clause. So, you know, activating that option to buy. So it looks like Fikayo Tomori will be heading to AC Milan, and he's already at AC Milan, but it looks like he will be making his switch permanent. You then look at the likes of Loftus-Cheek. Again, he's had some injury issues at Fulham. He's had good performances at Fulham, but would Fulham look to buy him permanently, or would Chelsea look to offload? Again, Thomas Tuchel hasn't had a look in regards to Loftus-Cheek, so he could easily be off in the summer. You know, he scored recently for Crystal Palace. They equalised against Everton. He's been performing at a decent level for Crystal Palace, but I'm not sure if Crystal Palace want to permanently sign him or if Chelsea are going to try and offload him once again. But the other players, Emerson, again, highly likely that he will be leaving, and it's not because he's a bad player specifically, but it's a lack of game time. Yes, he came on, he scored that emphatic, you know, sealer against Atletico Madrid, but he hasn't had a single minute since then, and even since Tuchel's come in, he's barely played games. He's not had enough game time, and you know, he's looking to get into the Italian national team for the Euros, and he's not getting sufficient game time. Yes, he's Italy's first choice left back, but ideally for him, you know, if I was Emerson, I want to get sufficient, you know, regular game time. If I'm not getting game time at Chelsea, I'm going to be looking at my options. I think that there's a high, you know, possibility that Emerson will be leaving in the summer. Now, there are a few surprise names here. One being, of course, Jorginho. Now, this makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I'm going to quickly delve into this quickly. Jorginho, as we know, got man of the match yesterday. I don't personally agree with it because I don't think he was our best player. Everyone knows how highly I rate Jorginho. He wasn't bad. I thought he was quite good, but I don't think he was man of the match worthy. Now, that being said, this rumours of him, you know, leaving or wanting to be sold is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Thomas Tuchel has already stressed the importance of Jorginho and his team, his strategic importance, the fact that he's static, the way that he dictates and controls the midfield and tempo, and he's perfect for a Thomas Tuchel type of player, that profile, that characteristics. Tuchel knows how to get the best out of Jorginho. He needs a Jorginho type player to play a specific style of football, his system, and he's been playing pretty much the majority of our games, starting and finishing the majority of our games. He's a first-team player on the Tuchel. He's one of the first names on that team sheet, alongside your Mason Mounts, etc. So it's ridiculous, this notion that he's going to leave. However, his agent, João Santos, because this guy never stops speaking, he's already come out and said that, you know, He has 2 years left on his contract. It looks like Roman Abramovich is actually going to renew Jorginho's current contract, but he may one day return to Napoli. But he keeps opening his mouth. Who are you? Mineraula? Why are you opening your mouth? Like, this is not the time for contract negotiations. We are in the marathon, the last part of the season, the last part of the marathon. We are in a crucial part. If we are not careful, and I'll say this right now, because if Chelsea are not careful and we are too complacent, our season could finish within the space of 7 days, within the space of a week. Let's say, hypothetically, we lose to Palace this weekend. All of a sudden, top 4 is finished. Top 4 is done and dusted. Let's say we get knocked out of Porto. They have a miraculous comeback. There you go. Out of the top 4 race, out of the Champions League. And then literally 3 days later, we play Man City on the 17th in the FA Cup semis. Hypothetically, we lose that. So within 1 week, we're out of the Champions League, we're out of the FA Cup, and top 4 is done, which ultimately means the season is finished. The season is dusted. So, we are in a crucial part of the season, and his agent is yapping away. It's not necessary. But listen, again, Jorginho, I reckon, will stay. He's a crucial part of this team. He's world class, in my opinion. I don't see how this report has come to that conclusion. Another player, Kepa. Now, again, another high possibility this guy will be leaving. Not getting sufficient game time. World record fee. Just not lived up to expectation. We know he's not getting the game time. Now, obviously, the main problem is wages and, of course, the transfer fee. Chelsea are not going to recuperate anywhere near the amount they paid for him. We'll be lucky to even get half of that. I don't think we'll even get half of that. So we can't sell him, meaning we're going to have to loan him out, whether that's a year loan, a 2-year loan to a Sevilla, to a Valencia, wherever, back to Spain or wherever. And we're going to also have to pay the majority of his wages, because no club that's smaller than us that are going to take Kepa on loan are going to pay £200,000 a week when their probably best player, whoever he's going to go to, is probably on 80 grand a week. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, meaning Chelsea will have to, pay the majority of his wages, and that's still going to be a financial burden on the club. And again, this has just been a disaster. And this point, just for the sake of his career, the sake of Chelsea, Chelsea's finances, we need to get rid as soon as possible. Again, Kepa is another player that, again, is most likely going to leave. Another player on loan, they mentioned Ross Barkley. This is a massive problem because he's currently on loan at Aston Villa, as we know. And he started the season fantastically well. Now, the thing with Ross Barkley is that he has been really poor recently. Now, if you speak to Aston Villa fans, he's not even been in their team. He's been completely, on the bench. He's just been subbed out. He's not been featuring for them because he's been diabolical. He's been a diabolical shambles. The performance has been terrible, meaning Aston Villa aren't going to make that switch permanent. So we're going to have to look for buyers. We paid, 15 million for him. He's English. He's homegrown. He's an England international. He's Premier League proven. You can get at least, 25, 30 mil, I'd say, despite his recent poor performances. And I see him leaving as well. And Tammy, again, breaking news, one of West Ham's most reliable sources confirmed that their number 1 striker target is in fact Tammy Abraham. So there's a high possibility Tammy will also be leaving. So if you look at the list, the majority of it, I'd say about 90%, I would actually agree. The only one I'll disagree on is probably Jorginho. But apart from that, it's probably standard, it's probably spot on. And yeah, that's it. Chelsea and Tuchel are looking to offload 9 players. Those are 9 players. Although I don't agree with the Jorginho one, I don't think it's true. That's what the reports and tabloids are saying. Now, moving on to the second part of this video, and that is in regards to the striker, Romelu Lukaku, Inter Milan striker. And let's read the article which broke, stating that Inter Milan will reportedly reject any move Chelsea try and make this summer for Romelu Lukaku. The 27-year-old is subject of interest from the Premier League, with Chelsea and Man City reportedly keen on bringing back to England. Chelsea are in the market for a new striker this summer and are ready to take concrete action to try to sign a Belgium this summer. This will be the case for the Blues if they are unable to land Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund, with Lukaku second on Roman Abramovich's transfer shortlist. Chelsea could offer in excess of €100 million for Lukaku, but as per Calcio Mercato, the feeling is that any type of assault will be rejected with force. Lukaku left Stamford Bridge. Thomas Tuchel has remained tight-lipped though on any incoming this summer, stating that they will have to wait and see if they can invest in the squad this summer. So again, I said this before, Matt Law wrote an article a couple of weeks ago that Lukaku is actually in fact the plan B option. He is the fullback option to Erling Haaland. We know Erling Haaland is a club priority. We know he's a club signing. He's the first choice. They've already spoken with Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel's also keen on bringing in Erling Haaland. Again, he is the fullback option, but I already had this issue where, we have that friction with Conte. He's Inter Milan's best player. They're going to command, top dollar for him. And are Chelsea willing to pay that much when, Erling Haaland will cost just a little bit more? And I think Erling Haaland is a superior player who suits more of the system. I don't think Lukaku will happen. Not because Chelsea don't want him, but I think that, again, he's not the first choice number one. But secondly, Inter Milan are really reluctant to him, despite their own financial issues from the pandemic, of course. But they'll do their best to keep him. So I don't see this being a surprise whatsoever. It looks highly likely Romelu Lukaku will be staying put at Inter Milan. But that is me wrapping up the news daily video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my live stream this evening. Stay tuned for that at 8 o'clock, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.